Checking connection. All right, so we are live already.
Really nice.
Yes. Hello, good morning, everybody.
Hello.
We are here at Paper Fetish with Win Harms, who is one of our great co-organizers of events regarding poetry and book club
Yes.
and women club.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah, that's
All
the new
right,
one too.
we'll talk about that one later.
Yes.
So, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
We skipped the 1st of January live sending. Obviously, it was too hard for us to get up and be live, you know?
Yeah, but we had a great New Year's Eve here with the Wild Pig Party, and that was a lot of fun.
Wow.
A DJ. We
had a great DJ.
Yeah,
here.
Ecosphere, the co-founder of my organization.
Yes.
So, and then we made some food and masks.
Yeah,
danced.
there was a Russian, specifically like Russian dishes of like herring under fur coat, and it was great.
It was a lot of fun.
And the pig masks, we still have them, so we can repeat the pig parties as often as we can.
I'll post some pictures on Instagram later for the Rough Night Press site as well.
Yeah, so the pig masks were made by Masha Brzezinska. Her workshop was here before the New Year's party. Workshop of making those masks. Oh, we can demonstrate some of them. Here. I made this one with the piglet.
Yes. See?
This is a cat-like pig masks. So, but it's like
for the Chinese New Year is the pig, right?
Yeah, it's the pig year. So congratulations and embrace your inner pig. You just have to admit that all of us have this little part in ourselves.
Yeah,
and
it's just dirty.
This year is like. Okay, we have to admit we all have some pigginess. Embrace your own pigginess and be at peace with it. And also, what is more important, other people's pigginess.
Yeah.
It's just
to accept that it exists, you know.
Yeah.
We'll all get along better.
It's natural, but we are working on it. All right, and so it was amazing because Amsterdam was just like a bombed city with all the fireworks.
It was like a war zone.
We were in this epicenter of everything because it was just at our door and in the center.
Yeah, because we're right down the street from Central, you know, and all the fireworks everywhere.
Crazy.
I still didn't get any pictures of any though.
I didn't photograph either. It's like what is like. You're so much in the action that you actually don't experience the need to
document it.
To document it. So it was not documented. We only have a couple of pictures of our mask party, but for the rest,
not much. I have a couple of Ecosphere too.
Yeah.
So
I feel a bit ashamed because I'm a photographer and I don't photograph. Things which might be like part of the history later.
Right, yeah, useful.
Oh, useful, yes. I'm not so much of a useful photographer. I only photograph the things which are useless. So
you could do a whole book about that.
I did many books already about useless photographs and the photographs which you cannot apply to anything except like your personal vision of the world.
Yeah.
That's I think that's my specific genre, and also producing the non-conventional photographs, the photographs which, like in a professional photographer would say, "Oh, this is bad composition," or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I do too.
All right.
So
about weird photographs, let's choose a book of the day.
I have already chosen for the day.
So Win has her specifically chosen book, which she liked.
So this book, Self-Portraits, Antoine Degatta. Is that how it's said?
Magnum photographer.
French, you said, right?
French.
Anyway,
He traveled the whole world with his, but he does the same all over the world. So it's like, okay, we'll.
I'm just going to
fix
take this
one
off
later.
just to make it easier to
Alright.
hold.
This is a big book.
This book is huge, and the content
Signed, by the way.
signed.
So Antoine has a very specific signature. Very
love
difficult
it.
to remake. He is very graphic. And this is a book of completely self-portraits. So he is on every picture in this book, though you can sometimes there is.
I'm not very good at holding the book up. There we go.
Just hold it in front of the camera. So Antoine is
There we go.
really
Sorry.
really nice personality. He's very sweet guy, but he's also when you meet him is actually difficult to connect his personality with the roughness of the pictures which he produces. And this is what we love most.
It's rough stuff, it's that really gritty. They seem like things that no one want to look at,
Yeah, but it's like in the deepness of your soul, you would like to look at it.
Exactly.
It's just discovering again. It's
'Cause
discovering
it's so
your own like darker side.
Well, yeah, this is sort of something I've been thinking a lot about recently with our shadow selves, right? And and with Rough Night, we even in our manifesto, we say that there needs to be a 0 point between the light and the dark, and that what I've been realizing recently that is by exploring your shadow side through your art, you are better able to be balanced in your whole life, and your shadow side then doesn't take over as much of your normal activities. You can make all the darkness in your art, and you kind of save your life and make beautiful things at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing which Antoine says is that he does this because it's the way to save himself also.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because he is a hardcore heroin user.
Yes.
And he does admit this and is kind of embracing this.
Yes.
He said, I cannot live without this, so this is my way to live and to continue existing in this world. So, and photography is another part of it.
Yeah.
Photography, drug use, and sex, they go together in Antoine's life. And instead of instead of putting away this dark side and closing it down and let it like eat you up, he opens it up and transforms it into the art.
Absolutely.
And into the beautiful art. Incredibly beautiful.
This is one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen. I love it.
For me, it's like how would you photograph sex? And this is.
I love that he's the sex photographs in particular are very unfocused.
It's like the darkness, exactly. And then he uses very long exposure. And there is a story that he was, I think, in Thailand, and he was just living with the prostitute, and he was photographing all that all the time. And it's like not just photographing the world outside of your own life, but
photographing
and not just photographing your own life, but it's just changing your life into something to photograph.
Yeah, well, this
is like making your life into a photo story.
Making your life into a work of art, just.
Yeah. How many of us would be able to devote our real lives completely to the artwork?
Yeah, there's
not
no
so
way.
Many.
Yeah. I have too many other things to worry about,
Yeah, but he did.
He did do this.
This is why he's so great.
The result is amazing. Because I kind of feel like this with poetry, the kind of poetry I write. It's always very confrontational. and I expose secrets of my own that, they're in metaphor, so it's artistic, etc. But I expose myself constantly. And what I have found is that I heal myself, but I also help others heal.
Of course.
Because I have so many people come up to me after shows and say, wow, that I can't believe that poem. Or, I have girls especially reach out to me on Facebook and say, listen, your work is so brave, etc. I would like to share with you my work. And then I see their work, and they're also, trying to confront these things within themselves that are the
That's
shadows,
also
the darks.
braveness,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's brave, very brave.
Can you think of one of your poems which you could refer to this topic or to this work?
Yeah, but give me a minute and think about it.
Of course. Yeah. In the meanwhile, I can show to the people more of this wonderful book. So you can.
I can think of a short one, but I need to kind of write it down.
Oh my God. This is Antoine's deeper, darker inner self, and a beautiful one as well. The one we are scared of to relate to, because this is the scary bit of being a human being.
Oh, I'm so close to it.
But this is what we can believe, that true sex and true love is not only vanilla stuff, and it can be rough.
Oh, you know what? I can just read the Rough Night Press manifesto, because that covers it perfectly. It's actually perfect. So hold on, let me just find it. It's on my phone.
So,
okay, here it is. So I'm going to read for you the Rough Night Press. That's my organization, along with my partner, Echosphere, who played here. We're a happy little family. So the manifesto for Rough Night Press kind of covers this idea of embracing your shadow. We at Rough Night Press have an understanding that warrior poetry, rebel art, and underground sound are the 0 point, where the entities of our perception meet and submit to the eternal dance, dark and light. We believe that art should reimagine this reality without filters or illusion, and that the words of prophets on subway walls start revolutions. Rough Night belongs to poets, the mad men and wild women who through words, images, and music rage against the dying of the light. We are artists willing to stare into the abyss and translate chaos into beauty, which I think that's what he does. And we are here to guide you through the rough night of the soul. And so this is something we really, really embrace constantly. I mean, everything we do, even Echosphere, Guido's music that he produces, there's this level of embracing the dark, the harder sounds that we might normally want, to feel, because it helps us release all these demons and problems we have kind of floating around in our head constantly. But that's why we make art.
Yeah. And how did you come up with the idea of creating a Rough Night Press?
Well, Guido and I, when we first met, I was up here doing a show. I was here with my friend, photographer Hideyuki Ishibashi. Him and I had done a project called Connotations, where he had done composite photographs of boys, mainly in erotic positions, based on poems I wrote, and we showed them as an
Nice.
exhibition at Unseen Festival in
Nice.
2015. So while I was here, I met Guido while he was playing at a party. He was DJing, and we met and fell head over heels in love. And the very first thing we started talking about was, how do we mix what you do and what I do, and make it somehow like a thing. So, and then we were at Rauchwer. I was doing an artist in residency there, and he was there visiting me. And he woke up one morning. Well, we were up all night, but he said, "Rough Night Press." So we started the press, and we just started doing these poetry readings with sometimes music, sometimes not, and now we're really rolling and doing more. We're going to start printing a magazine and everything. So it's we came up with it just because we realized that we want to make our art, but our art is not always acceptable to the
Yeah.
masses. But it's very acceptable to people who would love it, you know?
Okay. And that's a big question. Like, how do you think that, like, there is potentially more audience to your art than you can?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that for so long we've been living in such a society that authentic art and authentic poetry, authentic music is um, it gets watered down by our media and these corporations, and they appropriate it. And then the things that are really saying the things that resonate with people are pushed under this mat, like, oh, we don't want you to exist because this is ugly or dirty or wrong.
Exactly.
But what is that? Who gets to make that judgment? So
It's just a Puritan society.
yeah.
Which doesn't want to accept these things, but yeah, we let them out and we let them exist
Constantly. We let our shadows come out and play.
Okay.
But then the difference is that we put the shadows then back and integrate them into our whole being, rather than let our shadows like eat us up inside, and then we do destructive things. We do creative things instead.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And let's go through our great plans of collaboration between Rough Night Press and Paper Fetish.
Mm-hmm. We have so much coming up.
And the events which are upcoming.
Yeah, well, first we have, the first thing will be next Wednesday, will be the start of our book club, the Rough Night Book Club. Our book is going to be Just Kids by Patti Smith, about her relationship with Robert Mapplethorpe, the photographer, very famous photographer, when they were kids. And it's a beautiful, sweet story. And since this is our first meeting, we'll meet, we'll discuss how this is going to work, and then we'll have a month to read the book. And then next month we'll come back. It's the first Wednesday of every month. So we'll come back and discuss that book, and we'll have chosen the next book by then. But we also have a Facebook group and everything connected to it. So
people can kind of discuss their opinions.
Yeah, they can talk about it online too, not just at the group.
So as I understood, that there is no homework assignment to read the book before they come to the event.
Not this week. Yeah, you don't need to read it this week and then come and discuss it.
So there is no hard deadlines of reading the whole book in
exactly.
the beginning.
You're going to have a whole month to read the book before we talk about it. But you can also discuss it online in our group with people, if you want to talk about it already. So that's exciting.
Right. So in the first meeting, we'll just discuss generally.
We're just going to talk about what books are and why we love books and why we want to be in a book club, So it's going to be fun, I think.
Book club, yes. Mm-hmm. We need that.
Yeah, I think we do too.
And what is the women club?
Oh, yes,
No
the
boys,
women, no guys allowed. A women's
Okay, no
creative
guys,
group.
no guys here. You are not allowed to listen this. Just go and get a smoke or
A cup of
a
coffee.
cup of coffee or go to the toilet, take a advertising break, and we only speak to the girls right
It's
now,
for the ladies now.
or only the guys who can embrace their inner femaleish part as well. So
Yeah, so the women's group is going to be the fourth Wednesday of every month. And it's going to be run by Irina and I. And we both are creative women, and we wanted to provide an empowering, creative space where there were no guys allowed, and we could do things like work on our creative writing or performing our creative writing. A lot of our people who come into Paper Fetish do spoken word, so we want to do, and other poets like to know how to read their stuff out loud. Then Irina does things with photography. It's going to be kind of, we're going to decide every month what we're going to do, but we just want to keep it a space where we can get together and be girls and be creative and not have to worry about that, and just support each other, be supportive of our art rather than like competitive in our art. You know what I mean?
Okay. Do you think it will change? The absence of guys in the room will change the environment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Part of the reason I came up with this idea is because several of the women who read for us at Rough Night Press said, oh, I wish we could just get together and like sort of read our stuff to each other and practice and get more comfortable with what we're doing. And then I started to think about it. We'll make that sort of an ongoing thing, and we do it as a women's group because the absence of men, I feel like it lets women express themselves more honestly, because we're not doing this biological competition that we can't really help. We do it no matter what. So without them there, then we're also able to share things that might be too personal for an environment with men. If we're working on photography that's more boudoir related, like let's take pictures of our tits, for empowerment purposes.
Yeah.
We're
not going to post them on Instagram.
No, not posted, but not like that. But like, that women can sort of be women together and be creative in different ways than if men are in the room. We talk about different stuff when men aren't in the room.
We can get naked between each other and shout our feministic logo.
A Dionysian celebration. No, it's not going to be like that. It's not
a feminist club, really.
That's the thing, is I do want to make clear, is this isn't like a feminist rally type thing. This is just girls who want to be creative and want to do it in a space where we have the support of
kind of safe space.
Yeah, right? Like a safe space, a girl safe space once a month where we could just be like, ooh, let's paint stuff. Guys. Let's put stickers on stuff. Yes, rainbows, like boobs.
But origami of vagina.
Exactly, whatever we decide, and we always want collaborators in here. So if you have great ideas and want to get in on this or get in on something else we do over here, just let us know. We're always available on messaging, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. And talk to us about what you'd like to come and do. We have this great, cool space right around the corner from Central Station where we're just going to create
space with ideas.
Yeah.
Happenings. Okay, and what's the next thing? Tell about the poetry events.
So we have once a month we're going to do pop-up poetry.
Yeah, and that's already proven to be great.
Yeah, we've already done it a couple times, but we're going to try to do it on the same day each month now. So for the next couple months, it's the first of the month. And it will be, as is going to be different from the rough nights we do elsewhere in town. We're going to always have an open mic at the end of this pop-up poetry event. So if
Oh.
you've not read for us before, or you know, come to our events and you would like to try to read something, this is your chance to get to be part of the Rough Night types, you know,
Yeah.
and
Read your
read your
piece,
stuff.
and-
Yeah,
or read other poets if you are inspired by
absolutely.
them.
You know, if you like to read some good poetry, just, you know, by Dylan Thomas or something, you know,
Yeah.
we don't care.
Share the great stuff you know about.
Yeah,
So
poetry. I love poetry.
So it's already going and running, the pop-up poetry, and we had already 2 great events.
Oh yeah, it was so
organized by
great.
Lynn. And sometimes there are so many people that they almost don't fit in this room, and they have to stand
Yeah.
outside. And yeah, so it's great, and it's going to
great
be more
fun.
and more crowded.
Yeah.
So we're working on it.
Yeah,
right?
always working, always working. We wanna just make beautiful things and have you join us to make beautiful things.
Yes, and we have also some spare great ideas which we are going to announce very soon, but not today.
Mhm.
So just keep yourself
Keep watching all our sites, you know.
Yeah.
All the stuff we do at Paper Fetish is on the Paper Fetish Facebook site and everything, and also on the Rough Night Press.
Yeah.
But we do them as co-hosts, so you can find the information in both places.
And we'll soon issue a regular mailing list, so subscribe to that one as well,
Mhm.
so you get updated with the program of events and the great books which we get new in our stock. And we also prepared the list of the best books of the past year.
Yeah.
So we're working on it. So keep yourself updated.
Yeah.
And have a great year.
Happy New Year, you guys.
Keep celebrating. Keep finishing up your salads from the 2 days ago. And yeah.
And we'll just be here, you know, making pretty things.
Okay, yes, definitely. Welcome to Droogbak 9.
Mhm.
This is Paper Fetish and Rough Night Press. And welcome
Yeah.
again.
We'll see you guys soon. Oh, I'll
Yeah.
be here every Wednesday doing
So
this show now.
keep watching
Yeah.
Lynn's program every Wednesday.
Yeah,
And soon we'll be also posting it on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
SoundCloud
as a podcast. Yeah.